In Oakland, the brother of Bay Area rapper Too Short was shot and killed Wednesday. Police responded to reports of a shooting on 49th Avenue just before 7 in the morning. They found a man with wounds. He was taken to the hospital.
Would you say it was more dangerous then than now, or is it more dangerous now?
I would think it's more dangerous now because you don't know when it's coming at you. Because it might knock you down just for emotional moment.
The game. And when I went to Baltimore, I didn't learn the game. Nobody ever took the time to show me the game. When I got to Oakland, that's when I learned the game.
No city in America can compete with Oakland in terms of violence, pimping, or dope dealing. That's a proven fact.
America's robbery capital. The city where a 13-year-old gets charged with murder and no one bats an eye. The city where Tupac got his game from. Oakland, California got its reputation for a reason. And now rapper Too Short is speaking out on how dangerous Oakland really is. And no one knows this better than Short. Just last year, his brother Wayne was shot and killed in Oakland over some and a few dollars. So when Too Short says Oakland is dangerous, you gotta listen. Now, here's the thing. People throw around no-fly zone when talking about Oakland, like it's some official rule, but that's not really how it works. Nobody is actually running the access to the whole city. But what Oakland has is a reputation, and this reputation makes rappers think twice before coming through. And Too Short's been right in the middle of it this whole career. Too Short often talked about how crazy Oakland was in the 80s, but after losing his brother to senseless violence, his perspective on the city changed. And Short claims Oakland is even more dangerous now than it was back in the day. Why? Because back then, there was some kind of a code, almost like being in the mafia. And yes, it was a twisted code, but you knew exactly what type of stuff could get you killed. But now, Short says dudes are so emotional, they'll take your life on the spot over nothing.
Would you say it was more dangerous then than now, or is it more dangerous now?
I would think it's more dangerous now because you don't know when it's coming at you. Because it might knock you down just for an emotional moment or something. But that dangerous back in the day, dangerous, would have had some real hitman type is looking for you. If you was out of pocket, like you wouldn't be hunted down by, don't see that on sight. No, logistically looking for you to knock you down. These was it was blowing up cars in Oakland, car bombs.
I've seen it on documentaries, but I never
they was chopping bodies up and putting you in that green garbage bag, leave you somewhere with the arms and the legs disconnected. It was the town, for real. It was mafia.
I'm glad, bro. We blessed to escape that, bro, and to love it and to go back. But, bro, I don't want to live like that.
Now, before we get into why so many rappers still avoid Oakland, you gotta understand who Too Short is to the city. Short was born Todd Shaw on April 28, 1966 in LA, but he moved to Oakland when he was 14. And right away, he realized that LA and Oakland were two different worlds.
I moved to Oakland right after 9th grade. You would think, California, and just moving up the street, but it's a whole different world. I go to school, and there's a named Frank the Bank who's pimping. He's a 12th grader pimping. One of his go to the school too. I'm like, wow. So it's like, this got another come show up after school every day and pick him and up. Up. And they go to work. So it's like, it was that type of environment, man. You got cats riding around in like limousines, driving a limousine. If he rolled the back window down, it's like 5 back there.
Short went to Fremont High in East Oakland, and that school became like a home base. He'd meet up with his boys there, go to the house, make tapes, and then hit the neighborhoods to sell them. Short started selling tapes at house parties, and dealers and pimps in the neighborhood were his first customers. By 1987, he released Born to Mac on his own Dangerous music label and sold over 50,000 copies just riding around the region, selling them out of his car. That's when Jive Records offered him a contract. They re-released Born to Mac, and it went gold. Then in 1989, his album Life Is Too Short went platinum, and the rest was history. The guy who started selling tapes out of his trunk was now one of the biggest rappers on the West Coast. Fast forward to 2022, and the city of Oakland named a 3-block stretch of Foothill Boulevard Too Short Way.
1, 2, Too Short.
Okay. Too Short Way. All right, it's official. It's official. Hug to the mayor. Thank you, man. Thank you.
And that is the only S on any sign in Oakland that is
Short dog. Dollar sign? With the dollar sign.
Short said something back then that tells you everything about his connection to the city. I have felt like I owe a debt to Oakland, and that nothing I do will ever repay it because of the life that I was given through Oakland. So this isn't a guy who just happens to be from Oakland. He is Oakland. The city made him, and he made the city. And when you understand that, you start to understand why the streets out there move the way they do, and why outsiders need to tread carefully. And here's where it gets real. All that talk about Oakland being dangerous is not just rap lyrics. For Too Short, the violence hits close to home. In January 2025, Short's older brother Wayne Shaw was shot and killed in East Oakland during a robbery gone wrong. A group of suspects crashed a truck into Wayne's cannabis business. Wayne was inside at the time. He confronted them, walked outside, and got hit with multiple bullets. He was 61 years old. He was rushed to the hospital, but sadly, he passed a few hours later.
The older brother of rapper Too Short was shot and killed Wednesday morning during a botched robbery and a marijuana grow operation. 61-year-old Wayne Shaw was shot at about 7 on 49th Avenue near East 12th Street. KTVU has learned Shaw was running the marijuana grow and sleeping at the warehouse when robbers used a car to ram the building. Evidence markers and shell casings litter the sidewalk in front of the warehouse and in the middle of 49th Avenue.
Oakland, California, where life is worth nothing. And that's exactly what makes Oakland so dangerous. Like Too Short said, there's no any kind of code anymore. You can be minding your business and lose your life over nothing. Now, Short's been through a lot in his career. He's lost a lot of people close to him. He's even heard rumors he was dead himself. On his 1990 track, Dead or Alive, he literally raps, "I heard there was a rumor Too Short was dead, walked in the house and got in the head." And it's not just Too Short's family. Look at what happened to Seagram, a pioneering East Oakland rapper who was signed to Rap-A-Lot Records. In 1996, he got shot in the head on a block in Oakland known for violence and substance smuggling. He was just 26 years old, and the case remains unsolved. Or Lil Monty 23, an Oakland rapper who got ambushed on the on-ramp to I-580 in 2021. Police said that the perpetrator, Larry Coney, confessed he planned the for weeks over some diss songs and notoriety. That's it. He literally wanted the clout that came with taking out another rapper. This is the environment in Oakland. This is what rappers fear stepping foot there. When you hear about Oakland being a no-fly zone for rappers, it's not about some imaginary rule. It's about the fact that people out there will take your life over a song, over some perceived disrespect, over a couple $100s. Charles Cosby said that no city in America can compare to Oakland when it comes to senseless violence, pimping, and dealing. And he would know. He's literally Griselda Blanco's ex-boyfriend and a notorious kingpin himself.
No city in America can compete with Oakland in terms of violence, pimping, or dope dealing. That's a proven fact. The Bloods and Crips have infiltrated every major city throughout the country. Ask them why they never came to Oakland. They'll get knocked off as soon as they touch down. Can't no outsiders come to Oakland. If you're not from Oakland, stay away from Oakland. Bloods and Crips are in New York, Houston, everywhere you can think of. All the major metropolitan black cities, you'll find a Crip or a Blood. Not in Oakland.
What's that about? Just is it culture that's keeping it?
No, Oakland is violent. We don't outsiders. We're violent.
Y'all don't care how much money they have. Y'all don't care none of that.
We don't give a. Oakland is the most violent city in America. And we only got 400,000 residents. You know what I'm saying? So
what's crazy is that he talks about it like it's a flex, but in reality, there's nothing to brag about when you look at who actually pays the price. In 2023, a 4-year-old girl was at an apartment complex. The shooter, just 19 years old. That same year, Skyline High School had its 3rd shooting since 2023. A student got shot in a bathroom. 3 students were involved. None of them were of legal age. Actually, they were young enough that their parents probably still packed their lunches, but they had 3 firearms on them. Then in February 2025, a 12-year-old boy got hit by a stray bullet in Oakland while playing in his home. The shooter was aiming at somebody else, and that kid was just there. Luckily, he survived, but with permanent consequences. Meanwhile, Aaliyah Bobina, an 18-year-old from Oakland, watched another teenage girl get at a party. She held the girl's hand while she bled out, and that was the 2nd person Aaliyah watched die from wounds. So when some of these rappers talk about Oakland's no-fly zone like it's something to flex, this is what they're really flexing. But there's another layer about Oakland's reputation that doesn't get discussed enough. The police were just as much a threat to folks as the streets. MC Hammer once said that Oakland police straight up told him they specifically targeted high-profile black Oaklanders, especially rappers. Their logic was that if you're a successful rapper, you must be connected to crime. Hammer said, "The only thing more dangerous than a scared man with an agenda and a badge." Too Short also dealt with this mentality his whole career. On his album Life Is Too Short, he rapped about getting just for being a black man with money. He said he felt like he was being treated like a dealer, even though he was making music. At one point, he said he'd been working for 10 years, but felt like he'd been selling illegal substances for 10 years. That's how he got treated in his own town. And it wasn't just Tupac filed a $10 million civil rights lawsuit against the city of Oakland and the police department in 1992 after 2 white officers confronted him for jaywalking, and it escalated into a physical confrontation. He was arrested and charged with resisting arrest, although that got dropped later. But Tupac's lawsuit claimed the officers used excessive force and that it was part of a pattern of the Oakland Police Department using unnecessary force and making false arrests against black citizens. However, the case never went to trial. The city offered a settlement, and Tupac took it, just $42,000, and most of that went straight to his lawyers. But Tupac had bigger plans for that money if he'd won. He said if he got the full $10 million, he'd use it to buy a boys' home, a house for himself, a house for his family, and fund a Stop Police Brutality Center. But that never happened. So yeah, he won on paper, but the city basically paid him off to make the problem go away.
All of this is scars I'll go to my grave with.
I can see
These are
it.
learn to be scars. That's what
Who
these
did that
do.
to you?
Oakland Police Department. All above my eye, all of that.
Why?
And I pay their salary because I was an outspoken young black man. They were sweating me for jaywalking.
You were jaywalking and they stopped you?
And I swear to you, I don't even know what jaywalking is. Didn't until they beat me down for it. They stopped me, they asked me for my ID. My real name is Tupac Shakur. There's nothing fake about me. There's no stage name or stage aura. That's my name, and that's how I said it. My name is Tupac Shakur. Just because my name wasn't John Brown, it irked them. So they started, saying, well, what your mother named you that for, blah, blah. So I got hot. That was beyond the call of duty. So I was like, give me my citation, let me go about my business. And I said the words that NWA made famous. So that got him too high. He couldn't stand to see a young black male tell him. So they put their hands on me.
Too Short later said he got so tired of this kind of treatment by Oakland police that he bounced to Atlanta in the 90s. He said he felt like he'd been working his whole career, but still got treated like a criminal in his own city. Think about that. The guy had to leave his own hometown to feel safe. So when you hear about Oakland being a no-fly zone for rappers, it's not just about street beefs. It's about a city where both the streets and the system are against you. And that's a heavy combination. Now let me know what you think about Oakland's reputation. Who's to blame for all this violence? And is there a way to put a stop to it? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one.